it's Jen here from Open Hearts. Thank you for joining us today. Hi, it's Jen from Open Hearts. Thank you for joining us today for this 30-minute slow flow practice. This practice is meant to be a gentle, Hi, it's Jen from Open Hearts. Thank you for joining us today for this gentle, slow. Hi, it's Jen from Open Hearts. Thank you for joining us for this gentle 30-minute slow flow practice. You won't need any props, but if you normally practice with you won't need any props, but if you usually practice with props, be sure to have them handy. We're going to begin our practice lying down. So resting to our backs with the soles of the feet planted into the mat space about hip width apart. Just rest the arms alongside the body. Gently drawing the shoulder blades down and back so we can open up through the front of the heart. Just beginning to connect in with our breath here. On our exhale, releasing the breath slowly but fully and completely. And then drawing the inhale down into the depths of the body. The exhale, just letting go of any stress or worry that's feeling heavy in the body, mind, or heart. With our inhale, let's invite in love, light, calm, compassion, or anything else that you're looking to invite in to your heart. You may choose to take a moment to create an intention for your practice today. Something that you are looking specifically for during your practice. Maybe it's to find more space in the body or the mind. Maybe it's to relax. Whatever it is for you, just creating a little intention statement, using positive language in the present tense as though it's already happening. And gently walking those feet out a little bit wider to the edge of the mat. And maybe stretching the arms out wide in a T-shape. Keeping those shoulders down and back. You can slowly begin to rock the knees over to the right. Back up through midline, allowing the knees to fall over to the left. And just continuing to flow back and forth here. A pace and rhythm that feels good for you. Allowing the breath to continue to flow. Nice, long, slow breaths in. Longer, slower breaths out. And the next time the knees fall over to the right, let's just stay here for a few breaths. Maybe shifting the gaze out over that left shoulder if that feels comfortable for your neck and your body. And drawing the knees back up through midline. Let's have them fall over towards the left side. Optional to shift the gaze out over the right. Drawing back up through midline. Let's walk those feet back in to about hip width apart, releasing the arms back alongside the body, palms facing down. So we begin to press into the soles of the feet. Let's lift the hips up off the mat first, and then peeling the spine one vertebrae at a time as we move into our bridge. So inhale as we lift and exhale as we lower. Inhaling to lift. Exhaling to lower. Continuing to flow here at a pace and rhythm that feels good in your body here today. Connecting our movement with our breath. One more. Rooting back down through the hips. Let's take the right ankle crossing over the left knee. Allow that right knee to open up. So begin to find some space in that right hip. If we're feeling a stretch here, we may stay just where we are, or optional to reach in behind that left thigh, drawing the knee in for a little deeper stretch. Another variation if you're working with blocks at home is just to place a block under the sole of the left foot, so lifting the floor up slightly. Continue to keep those shoulders drawn down and back, really rooted into both hips, both shoulders, connected with breath. We can find stillness here, maybe finding some really gentle rocking movements from side to side. Slowly release the left foot back down to the mat. Have the right join. And then let's take that left ankle crossing over right. We're going to choose the same variation that we chose on the first side. So even if we're more flexible on the side, let's choose that same variation. So rooted or reaching behind here, and then maybe finding that gentle side to side once again. Slowly releasing the right foot back down to the mat space if you're lifted, and the left. Let's take a moment here in our full body stretch, stretching the toes out away from us, the fingertips up overhead. And then drawing those heels back up the mat space. Let's slowly roll over to the side body. And then supporting ourselves back up to find a seated position here on our mats. So seated either right onto the mat space, or we could use a block or bolster or pillow or anything to lift those hips up a little bit. And just choosing a seated position that feels comfortable for you. So cross-legged, we could also stretch the legs out long, or maybe drawing the soles of the feet together. Wherever we are, we should feel supported, and then we can feel really rooted and tall through the spine. So we begin to drop our chin towards our chest on our exhale. And inhaling as we lengthen up nice and tall. Exhale, dropping chin to chest. And inhale as we lengthen. We may choose to stay just here. We can start to find a little rotation side flexion. So maybe beginning to drop that right ear towards the right shoulder. Exhale back through midline. Sweeping that left ear up towards the left shoulder. Back through midline, so we could stay here, or maybe beginning to find really gentle full circles with the neck. So avoiding any pinching or discomfort in the neck or whenever forcing movements. Making sure we're changing directions. We're feeling balanced side to side, moving back in, finding that nice neutral spine. You begin to roll the shoulders up, back, down, and forward. Up, back, down, and forward. So finding the full range of motion within that shoulder. And then maybe moving the other way. Might feel a little awkward, but that's okay. You can just embrace the awkward. And so we're seated cross-legged. Maybe we just want to change which leg is on top or which leg's in front. Finding a little bit of stretching both sides. So begin to open up through the side body. So as we inhale, let's place the left hand to the mat space. So we reach up through the fingertips, opening up through that right side body. So we want to maintain a nice length in the spine and really just thinking about opening the spaces between the ribs on the side body. And beginning to just move into a really gentle flow here. Inhale as we open, exhale through center. Inhaling, exhaling. Let's find one more on each side. Returning through midline. On our next inhale, let's sweep those fingertips up overhead. And on our exhale, let's begin to rotate, moving from the base of the spine, slowly making our way up, and then allowing the hands to fall to the lap, maybe one to the mat space behind you. You can always use a block or support to lift that floor up as well. On our inhale, let's lengthen up tall through the crown, and on our exhale, maybe dropping it a little deeper. On our next inhale, let's unravel as we lengthen up. And then exhale, let's begin to open up the other way. Really maintaining that length through the spine. And being careful with our neck. We don't need to crane our neck, just choosing a position that feels comfortable for you. Slowly unraveling here. We're going to stretch those legs out in front of us, keeping a nice gentle bend in the knee. If you're using a bolster or pillow, you may choose to slide it under your knees here for some support. As we inhale, let's sit up nice and tall. And as we exhale, we're going to hinge forward at the hips. Stay nice and tall or lifted through the chest. We may choose to remain here for the duration of our hold, or we can allow the chin to begin to fall down towards the chest as we find our fold. On our next inhale, let's slowly begin to stack the vertebrae as we invite ourselves back upright. And let's shift those heels over one direction as we begin to make our way to find our hands and knees. Stretching the fingers nice and wide so we can root down through the palms of the hands, shoulders stacked right over elbows over wrists. And our hips are going to be stacked right over top of our knees, either tucking the toes or releasing the tops of the feet to the mat space. So we'll begin to move through some cat-cow. So as we inhale, let's think about dropping our bellies, ground one vertebra at a time. Inhale, as we lengthen up through the front body. And exhaling, as we open up or lengthen through the back body. Let's move through this one more time. Making our way back to a nice neutral tabletop position. We'll begin to walk the knees out a little bit wider as we sit back to our heels and then begin to release our heart or chest down towards the mat space. So we may release the forehead right down to the mat if that's comfortable for you, or you could use a block, pillow, anything to lift the floor up. Alternatively, we could stack our fists or maybe stack palms. We just want to feel really supported in our neck here. So don't really want our head just kind of dangling. If it's comfortable for you, you can stretch those arms up overhead. So we think about sending our breath into the back and side body. Gently beginning to walk the fingertips over towards the left edge of the mat. So we can begin to open up space through that right side body. Continuing to rest the forehead to the mat space, or maybe resting the head onto that left arm. Gently returning back through midline. Let's walk the fingertips over towards the right edge of the mat, opening up space in that left side body. Forehead either in the mat space or maybe resting our head to that right arm. Then returning through midline once again. And walk the hands in just slightly. To press into that right hand, we're going to take the left palm facing up, weaving underneath of that right shoulder and drawing that left shoulder, left temple either down to the mat space or to a support. So you begin to open up some rotation in the upper and mid back. That right arm can stay extended or maybe drawing in a little closer and pressing to find a little bit more rotation. We're not forcing, but rather just moving into that rotation that's available. Wherever we are, we're remaining connected with the breath. Then unraveling ourselves here. Let's gently begin to make our way to the other side, so drawing that left hand in just a little bit closer so we can open up space to weave that right arm under, palm facing up. And optional if we'd like to draw that left arm in a little closer, thinking about rolling that left shoulder down and back, opening a little further. Stretching that left arm out long. Let's release both hands back to the mat space. One more breath here in our child's. Then slowly beginning to draw ourselves back forward. Let's walk those knees in. We'll find that nice neutral tabletop position. And then from here, maybe walking the hands forward an inch or two as we prepare for our plank position. So we'll float that weight forward so that the elbows are stacked right over the wrists, shoulders over elbows. And then slowly beginning to lower down, so nice and controlled, keeping the elbows close to the body. Thinking about lowering our chin, our chest, and then our bellies. Arriving here, let's stack one palm on top of the other, resting our forehead. As we think about rooting the front of the hips down into the mat space, maybe squeezing those glutes a little bit, supporting our low back with our core, so we're nice and engaged through our core. So we may choose to stay here. If we're wanting a little bit more opening in the front body, we can begin to root into those forearms. Drawing the elbows as close as we can into the body without feeling any pinching in our back. We're going to open here into our Sphinx. It's really supported through the core. So we think about lengthening that front body. Let's draw those shoulders down and back as best we can. Breathing into that nice open heart. Slowly releasing ourselves back down to the mat space. Let's bring the left cheek to the mat. So we extend that left arm out away from us. Right arm's going to stay nice and close in under the shoulder. So we begin to roll ourselves over onto that left side, finding a stretch to the front of the left shoulder. So you may want to bend that right knee, either placing the knee in front of you or maybe rooting down through the sole of the foot. Kind of acting like a kickstand just to support the body. And we're being really careful not to force this position at all because the shoulder is in quite a vulnerable position here. But just rather move until we begin to feel that stretch, that nice opening, and allowing ourselves to settle in for a couple of breaths. And gently unraveling. Let's turn our cheek the other way as we stretch that right arm out away from us. Inviting that left hand in nice and close as we begin to roll over onto the right side body. Optional if we want to use that left leg like a kickstand here again. Either rooted to the foot or maybe grounded into the lower part of the leg. Slowly unraveling here. Let's bring both hands back under the shoulders as we begin to press ourselves back through tabletop, arriving in either our child's pose or maybe moving into our down dog. So tucking the toes, hips are going to go up and back. Nice and rooted into the palms, hugging those triceps in against the ears. And finding as much softness through the knees as we need or lift through the heels. Just really thinking about the integrity of our spine here. So we begin to move through a really gentle flow. We can begin to come forward from down dog or from child's, finding our plank from our knees or from our toes. And then gently lowering through chaturanga. On our inhale, let's open up through the front body in our cobra. Exhale to release. And then sending those hips up and back either to child's pose or downward facing dog. Inhaling forward to plank from toes or from knees. And then lowering nice and slow and controlled, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, release. And inhale as we make our way either to child's pose or downward facing dog. flow one more time. Inhaling forward, toes or knees. Exhale, lowering chaturanga. Inhale, let's open our hearts. Exhale, release. Inhale as we begin to shift up and back. And exhale, child's or down dog. As we begin to make our way into our standing fold, arriving there either by walking the feet up from the down dog or the hands back, or from our 4-point kneeling, we can simply step one foot forward and then the other. Softening as much as we need through the knees so the fingertips can find the floor. Dropping chin towards our chest and let that head hang heavy. Finding stillness here, finding some gentle movements, maybe swaying side to side, front to back. And our next inhale, let's slide the fingertips up the shin, finding a nice flat back. And as we exhale, let's fold. Inhale, let's rise. And exhale, the hands together, drawing down through the center of our heart. Let's connect with our breath here in our standing mountain pose. We're nice and rooted into the soles of both feet. Strong through the legs, but soft through the knees. Tuck that tailbone under so you can lengthen up through the front body. Reaching up through the crown of the head, maybe a little gentle tuck of the chin to lengthen the back of the neck. And the hands can remain at heart center, release alongside the body. Our next inhale, let's sweep those arms up overhead. Exhaling the hands down through the center of the heart as we soften at the knees. Releasing down into that fold. Inhaling to halfway lift. And exhaling to fold. Releasing the hands to the mat space. Let's step one foot back and then the other. Arriving at our 4-point kneeling. Then beginning to send the hips side to side. Just finding a little bit of movement through the side body. If our toes are tucked, let's release the tops of the feet to the mat space. We'll keep the knees nice and close together this time, or as close as is comfortable for you. So you sit back towards the heels. And if it's comfortable, we can run the arms alongside the body. So once again, the neck should feel really supported, so we could use a block or pillow, or even stacked fists here. So our forehead is really supported. One more breath. Good. Releasing the hands, we're going to sit ourselves back to the heels, and then coming back forward to that 4-point kneeling. So begin to tuck the toes underneath of us. This stretch can get pretty intense pretty quickly, so I want you to definitely listen to your body. As we begin to sit ourselves back to our heels, we're looking to find a stretch to the soles of the feet. The soles of the feet are really dense with fascia, which is a deep connective tissue, can hold a lot of tension. It's a really delicate tissue. I like to liken it to like a pastry where each layer isn't very strong, but together it's pretty strong and dense. So we want to be careful when we're working with our fascia. So if it's comfortable for you, you can sit right up tall, sitting back to the heels, or we can just keep some of the weight forward, either resting to the thighs or maybe to the mat space. And we're just going to be here for about 5 breaths. Using that exhale to release any tension, any buildup. Knowing that if your body really needs to come out sooner, then please listen to your body here. Last breath. Slowly beginning to walk those hands forward. So release the tops of the feet to the mat space. And just allow the blood to return to the soles of the feet and the toes. And then beginning to sit ourselves over to one hip. Let's swing those legs out in front of us. Drawing the soles of the feet together, nice and rooted in. The heels can be as close as is comfortable to the body. If you want a little further away, that's okay. Rooted down through the sits bones, tall through the spine. Let's draw those shoulders down and back and thinking about opening the space between the collarbones. At the same time, just allowing the knees to gradually relax out towards the floor. Connecting with our breath here. Good. Supporting to the outer edges of the knees. Let's draw the legs back up together. So we begin to make our way down to our backs. Holding behind one leg, supporting ourselves down gently to the mat. So we arrive here, finding that full body stretch once again. So reaching the toes out away from us, those fingertips up overhead. And sliding the heels of the mat, rooting down through the soles of the feet. Let's gently lift the hips, sending them slightly to the left side and then lowering down. And then picking those feet up off the floor, let's let those knees fall over towards the right. So we want to stay really nice and rooted into both shoulders here. We can lift that left hip up off the mat. Maybe stretching those arms out away from us. And optional if we want to shift the gaze out over that left shoulder. We're here for 3 breaths. Slowly unraveling. Let's shift those hips back to midline. And then gently lifting the hips, setting them slightly to the right. Lifting the feet, the knees can fall over towards the left this time. Optional to take the gaze out over that right shoulder. We're here for 3 breaths. Making our way back through center, let's square off through the hips. Slowly stretching those legs out long. And drawing those arms alongside the body. Let's allow ourselves to settle into our Shavasana, or resting pose. Closing down through the eyes if that feels comfortable for you. So we begin to find a little rest for the body, the mind, and the heart. We'll be taking just a short Shavasana here today, but if you're able to stay a little longer, I'll encourage you to do so. extra time. Otherwise, we can begin to awaken the body. Beginning to invite movement into the fingers and the toes. Beginning to rock the head gently from side to side. And then as we're ready, tracing the heels of the mat as we root into the soles of the feet. Inviting a little bit of movement into the hips, the pelvis. And then as we're ready, rolling over onto the right side body, using that right arm as a pillow. Before supporting ourselves all the way back up through seated. Arriving back in a nice supported and comfortable seated position. Just take a moment just to recall that intention you created for yourself at the beginning of practice. Noticing if it's maybe shifted or changed in any way. And just taking a moment to restate it to yourself now. So you give yourself permission to take that intention with you off of your mat, wherever you're headed next. And as we're ready, let's connect our palms, drawing up to heart center. I want to thank you for joining me here for our slow flow practice today. Wishing you love and light, today and always. Namaste.